My name is Amy Rosenberg, and I'm the chairman for the annual meeting for 2020-2021. And I'd like to welcome you to Kenwood Country Club. You know, it's been quite an ordeal for all of us this last year and a half, and I'm pleased to see how many are here in attendance. But at this time, I'd like to turn the microphone over to Sue Crosby.
Oh my God, I'm already up here.
Yes, you're already on. Who is my replacement from last year, though there wasn't a last year, so anyhow, I'd like to turn the microphone over to Sue Crosby.
I didn't know I had you this quickly. Well, I was last year's annual meeting chair, the one we didn't have. Like most things, it just didn't happen because of COVID. But, as you all know, I love a good party. So next year, I've accepted the nomination for the 2022 annual meeting chair. So I hope to see you all there. But my main job is, I have the honor and the privilege to introduce the most selfless, compassionate, always positive, never runs out of energy, kindest Kindervelt citywide president from 2018-2020 bond unit.
And now she wants me to talk. Well, I just want to say that I'm so happy to be here, even though it took us a whole extra year to get here, because it's nice to see you and to see you all in person. I need to thank the board that was under me and my past president, Tracy Smith, because those are the women that inspired me to lead youth. They are totally awesome. They are the selfless women of Kindervelt. If you ask the people that, what is a Kindervelt woman? Well, this is one of the explanations. A Kindervelt, whenever I meet a Kindervelt woman, I know in advance that I'm meeting a very special person. Women don't just join Kindervelt because they want to get recognition or to get their names in the newspaper. Certainly they don't join Kindervelt because they lack things to do or because they lack the ability to do things. Women join Kindervelt because they understand that children need their help. And children provide a wonderful way for them to help kids while making friends with other women who also get it. We should all be so proud of what we accomplished. This was written by Barbara Fitch herself. She finds Kindervelt women as very selfless women, always willing to give and to give to others and the kids at Children's Hospital. I need to thank my group, Group 68. We were a little small group on the west side. And I feel like over the last few years we've grown to be a very mighty group because now they get it. They get what Kindervelt's all about. They get what it's like to raise money. And they didn't stop when we needed help in every area. So I really owe them a true thank you. Then there's always Keith. Keith, this is your problem child again. But he never was discouraged, and he never gave up, and he always found an answer to whatever we asked. We couldn't ask for anyone better to be our partner with the development office than to have Keith. So we really appreciate you. Keith was helped by his assistant Kelly. And Kelly is just phenomenal. She doesn't stop. even when she has people like me who are computer illiterate, and she finds a way to make it all work, to get that right logo where it needs to be, to get that copy from Children's Hospital, to get things done that we need. She never says no, she never raises her voice, and she always accomplishes it. So Kelly, Kindervelt cannot thank you enough. The two of you are the best at Children's Hospital Parents Talk that we ever had. Working with Dr. Sorter on our mission, because we changed missions this year, and his colleagues was just unbelievable. The very first time I met the man is when I was the president-elect, and I was just sitting at the table, kind of feeling like, what did I get myself into? And wondering, can I do this? And I heard him say, look at all these women in this room. Feel their vibrance, feel their enthusiasm. They can't wait to make money for us. We are so blessed. And I fell in love with him that night because I thought he really did appreciate everything that we did for Children's Hospital. But Kindervelt wouldn't even survive without the presidents and the members of their groups. Because the presidents bring all the information back to their groups, and their groups are the backbone of the operation, and they make things work, and they come up with ideas, and they make money. And that's what Kindervelt's all about. We do have awards for 10, 20, 30, 40-year members, but we decided we're going to put them all together, and those will come in the second half. Everybody said, well, all you need to do is talk about your accomplishments of why you were president. Well, I decided when I became president that I was going to follow in the steps of Tracy Smith, because she started, we were a 4-year commitment, and she started the first 2 years of the mental health unit and made a lot of changes in Kindervelt. And these changes needed extra time to see if they worked and to see if we could learn and move and grow Kindervelt from there. So I decided that I would work on trying to succeed where she left off. From there we went to Entertainment Junction. It just happened to be their 10-year anniversary on their first summer. And groups contacted us to patronize us and give us money for different things to help them celebrate their successes. We did have the Western Southern Tennis Tournament the first year that I was president, and I really had never been involved with that, and I realized what a great undertaking and all the work that Kindervelt does there. Cincinnati Children's was ranked number 2, and we had member meetings, which we changed the name of them we didn't call them member meetings anymore because we didn't want them to be just for members. We wanted other people to come and hear our speakers. We had some great speakers from Children's Hospital that came and told us how they become and move up to be ranked higher and all the accomplishments that it takes. Our citywide events were tremendous when I was president. The fall event, Tracy Smith didn't get enough of being president, so she ran our fall event. And she did an awesome job with the Halloween party. Our craft event, Diana Peters took over, and it excelled also. The bowling event that Char McGuire started, Chris Spencer and Jean took over on that and brought it to the next level the way Char wanted it to grow. So we were well on our way of making everything go. And that's when we took our member meetings and made them speaker series and started to establish things from there. One of the most touching things of when I was president was I got a letter from 6-year-old Piper Jones that rolled her change that she had and decided to donate it to Kindervelt instead of spending it on herself, because her grandma was a member of Kindervelt. And I thought, how awesome to start a child at 6 years old to give to other people. Our first year's check presentation was $510,000, so we were well on our way in our mission. Our citywide events and group projects were going very strong. Everybody was kind of like, sit back, relax, we're on a good roll. But then the pandemic flew in. And at that point, I thought, you know, everybody's asking, what are your accomplishments at Kindervelt? And I thought, I don't have any accomplishments at Kindervelt. Yous have accomplishments at Kindervelt. Yous are the people that have made Kindervelt what it is. Yous are the people that raise the money. So yous had an accomplishment. And I am very proud to work with such a great group of women that fundraise the way that yous do. Because I learned during the pandemic when everybody was like, oh my gosh, what are you going to do? Everything was dropping. And you would just think, there's $50,000, there's $25,000, there's $10,000. Oh my, what's going to happen? And then I would talk to presidents, and they were like, oh, we're really trying to think of what we can do. We're trying to do this or that. And I thought, you know what? You've uplifted me. You taught me, let's not give up. Let's just try and roll with the punches. Let's see what we can do. And by gosh, you did. Because when it came time to try and even have a check presentation, it was a struggle. And I know Keith wanted to pull his hair out because of all the phone calls that we had. But we managed to get a little time to have a check presentation, even though it was very limited. And at that check presentation, Debbie Linneman was our treasurer, and all I got to say is, God bless that lady. Because there are so many things that happen to try to make things work. So when we went to the check presentation, we were astonished when they turned the check over, and it was for $455,000, which meant we met our goal of $2,040,000. Welcome, ladies. Dr. Sorter came up to me after the meeting and told me he had never worked with such a dedicated group of people and how proud he was to have had his time with us. And he said, anytime you just want to be around his division, we are all welcome. I always found a quote from Helen Keller was, alone we can do so little, together we can do so much. I am a firm believer because as Kindervelt members, together we can make a difference, because we did. And we are continuing to do so. So, love to all of you, and thank you for making a difference in my life. You all mean the world to me. And now I'm going to put a little different hat on because my vice president, Barbara Fitch, is a Hilton head. So I am going to give her Barbara Fitch Award because she couldn't be here to do it. And believe me, this is an honor for me to do this because it doesn't normally happen this way. So, in 2005, the Kindervelt Board of Trustees was looking for a way to recognize outstanding women who exhibited enthusiasm and positive attitudes towards the goals of the organization. Thus, the Barbara Fitch Award was created. Barbara was a founding member of Kindervelt and a great supporter of our mission. Tonight we will honor the 16th recipient of this prestigious award. But before we do that, I would like to take a moment to recognize previous Barbara Fitch Award winners. Your names are all listed in the program, and if you're a Barbara Fitch Award winner, would you please stand up? your service and your continued support to Kindervelt because you're still here. Kathy is the past citywide president and the opportunity to chair the selected committee and to be presenting this award. This has been the highlight of her job. But first, I would like to take a moment to acknowledge the people that served on the committee. Please stand when I say your name. Katrina Smith, she's president, past president, or president-elect. She's from Kindervelt 78. Sue Crosby, she was the annual meeting chair. That's how she got her job. Marcia Beckner, she was over 10-year member. And Rita Finley, who's not here tonight, was an under 10-year member. And Kathy, that was 5 to make the quorum to vote for the award. Kathy said she can't thank you enough for all your service that you spent on doing this. They spent a lot of time discussing and marveling the dedication of the women who were nominated and hard work that they had all done for Kindervelt. I would also like to send a big thank you to those who took the time to submit the nomination. I wish there could be more than one winner because everybody was deserving. This year's recipient has been highly active on many levels of Kindervelt. Without giving too much away, she has held many leadership positions in both her group and citywide. For her group, she's been a treasurer, and she's also helped with many fundraisers. Citywide, she's been membership, webmaster, and chaired major fundraisers. One of her group members wrote, "She often sees new possibilities for Kindervelt to raise money and awareness. She sees possibilities where other people don't." Also, it was noted that this nominee is a tireless worker for good of Kindervelt, but she will tell you that she has gotten much more than she has received. She has developed lifelong friends, and she has broadened her abilities as a leader, which reflects well on our organization. From another Barbara Fitch Award winner, who had worked closely with the recipient, explained, "When I was on the board, this nominee was my go-to person to help with anything I needed. She supports all aspects of Kindervelt and is willing to help. She amplifies the true spirit of Kindervelt in everything that she does." Personally, I am lucky to know her and work alongside our newest winner. I am proud to call her my friend. As a side note, I would also like to send another big thank you to her husband, who has helped with many of the fundraisers. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating our 2020 Kindervelt Barbara Fitch Award recipient, Char McBride. New name adds to the plaque.
Thank you so much, everyone. I mean, this is such an honor, and I'm very surprised and very pleased. And I love Kindervelt, and I love all of you, so thank you very much. Well, good evening. I'm Katrina Smith, and at this end of the down at this podium, I'm the president-elect. And it is my honor to talk a little bit about Bonnie and the 2 great years that she did as president. And it was a very special year for me as I served on the Board of Trustees in the role of president-elect. Not only because of the fun of being part of the leadership team at Kindervelt, but it was also
extra special getting to work closely with Bonnie and learning the ropes of the office. I've always been a big fan of Bonnie's, but that year solidified our friendship and my admiration of her even more. Bonnie was a great mentor, always keeping me updated, and she invited me to join along on meetings with Keith and at other events, which I really appreciated. As you all know, Bonnie is a gem of a lady, and her commitment to Kindervelt is unbelievable. She juggled a job, complex family caretaking, and Kindervelt all at the same time, and she did it with grace. And as if that wasn't taxing enough, her last few months of her presidency were clouded with the beginning of the pandemic. How unsettling that was, but as you heard from her, thinking outside of the box became paramount, and that's just exactly what she led us to do. So we can't thank you enough, Bonnie, for your years of service as president, all that you've done for Kindervelt prior to your presidency, and all that you're continuing to do now. We have a gift that should have been awarded to you a year ago, so it's a bit late, but the sentiment is exactly the same now as it would have been then. You're loved and greatly appreciated. Please accept this honor on the fine job that you did serving our great organization.
It says in appreciation for outstanding service as president of Kindervelt of Cincinnati Children's Hospital, Bonnie Heineman, 2008.
Thank you, Bonnie. At this time, I would like to introduce Keith Penines, Director of Auxiliary Relations and our liaison to the hospital.
I just want to take a moment. First of all, how great to see all of you in person. Yeah, so 2019. Zoom has worked out. We've all figured it out. We figured out how to turn our cameras on and how to unmute when we want to talk. Or somebody reminds us to unmute. But we got through it. So we're still doing it for meetings, I know, but it is really good to be in person with you. I think Jim and I had a little joke yesterday. This is my first time in 14 months. I went to YouTube to look at a video today. It was titled "Tying a Necktie." It's not like riding a bike after all. I kid about the video, but this is my first time in 14 months. I did take 3 tries, but it felt good. So, Bonnie, I wanted to say a few words as well. One of the joys of my job is every 2 years, as you change presidents, I get to know another member of yours in a much more personal way, working closely together for 2 years as you raise funds. And I think, actually, I looked around, you're all here in my tenure, which was Shar, then Linda Lunsford, then I don't know where Tracy's sitting. Hello? Don't worry, Tracy. I enjoyed working with you. Bonnie, and of course now Katrina. But it's really a joy of my job. I think for each of you, I knew who you were coming into the role. I didn't know you all that well. And so it's really a great thing about my part of the job is I get to really know you so much better. And I think a few things have been mentioned already, but I'm going to say a few of them again. I think all the presidents, citywide presidents, would say it's pretty much like a full-time job. And Bonnie already had a full-time job too. And I remember one of the first times she told me her job was, at the time, was a second shift. She would go in the afternoon and work till sometimes midnight, I think, to close down the restaurant. And her comment to me was, oh, this is what I prefer because I can do all my volunteer work during the day. And that was the first time I was like, wow, she's special. She has a passion and she works at evening jobs so she can raise money for Children's Hospital. And I'm pretty sure we weren't the only volunteer organization she was part of, as well as a family commitment she had. So I soon realized she didn't sleep. And I'm not sure how many hours a night she got back then, but Bonnie, it was just truly my pleasure to get to know you those 2 years. And all the things you said about me, about calling me or worrying that you were complaining, please know I never thought that. That is what I want to do for this group. That's my role. So I never looked at it as, Bonnie's calling again. It was fun to work through those challenges with you. It was your term ended in a most unusual way, but I'm glad we can recognize you tonight. So thank you for that. And we have a gift. I won't make you open it now if I want to, but from Kelly and I in the development office, just a token of our appreciation for all that you did. So thank you. I noticed in the program, if you're looking at it and following along, under my name it says acknowledgements. And I like that word because it's open-ended. And it's plural, so I have one more acknowledgement before I sit back down. I just want to take a moment to acknowledge all of you. We have been through the most unusual 14 months in our lifetimes. Nobody could have predicted what was coming. I imagine many of you that were in leadership roles, whether a group president or citywide board, made your commitment to serve before anybody knew what COVID was. And it was a year that was sometimes impossible and scary, and we all couldn't get together, and planning a fundraiser was next to impossible. And so I just wanted to acknowledge that tonight, that here we are a year later. You found ways to do it. Your creativity, your commitment, your passion never changed. You just figured out how to do virtual fundraising. And I just wanted to say to the group, those of you that are here, and those hopefully we'll see this later, all 600 plus members, that we're just so grateful for everything you've done. It had to be the hardest year of fundraising ever. And we just could not be more grateful for everything. So I wanted to say that before I sat down.